Prosecutors say a Maryland man who operated an online drug-dealing website engaged in extensive plans to bomb and burn down a competing pharmacy. A Maryland man who operated an online drug-dealing website engaged in extensive plans to bomb and burn down a competing pharmacy in Nebraska, an FBI agent testified Monday. At a court hearing in federal court in Alexandria, Virginia, the agent testified that William Bergamy, 32, of Hanover, Maryland, was getting his supply of drugs from a pharmacist in Nebraska. Under the plan discussed in a journal and text messages, Bergamy and his supplier pharmacist reasoned that if the competing pharmacy were destroyed, Bergamy's pharmacist would pick up new customers and could then increase his supply to Bergamy without attracting suspicion, authorities said. The defendant is a dangerous and volatile individual who schemed to blow up that pharmacy using Molotov cocktails, prosecutor Raj Park said. During a 2-hour detention hearing conducted by conference call, FBI agent Samad Shirani said that a search of Bergamy's home found 80 loaded weapons in his residence. Text messages show that he made a list of needed equipment that included body armor, weapons, bottles, lighter fluid and other materials. Last month his pharmacist gave him a map that could be used to plot his getaway after bombing the rival pharmacy, Shirani testified. U.S. Magistrate Judge Michael Nachmanoff ordered Bergamy to remain in jail pending trial after Monday's detention hearing. Public Defender Elizabeth Mullen had argued Bergamy should be released pending trial, saying that his talk about firebombing a pharmacy was just hyperbole. She also said pre-trial detention should be used sparingly because jails can be a particular risk for spreading the coronavirus. Bergamy does not have an unrequited thirst for violence, Mullen said. Bergamy was arrested last week on charges of illegal drug distribution and money laundering after prosecutors accused him of selling large-scale quantities of narcotics and other drugs over the internet. An FBI affidavit states Bergamy operated a business on the darknet called Never Press RX that sold oxycodone and other narcotics over the internet without a prescription. Court papers do not specify the volume of transactions, but show Bergamy regularly exchanged thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin used in the purchases for U.S. currency. Bergamy boasted on his vendor page late last month that, even with coronavirus, the shop is running at full speed, according to the affidavit. Neither the testimony nor the court documents specified the Nebraska town or towns where the pharmacies were located. Besides, New York pharmacist under investigation for alleged PPE hoarding, price gouging, warrant. Detectives seized 6,595 masks, according to a federal search warrant. A New York pharmacist is under federal investigation for allegedly price gouging N95 masks during the coronavirus pandemic, according to a federal search warrant. Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, agents and New York Police Department detectives recently seized 6,595 masks from Richard Sciaripa's Madison Avenue and Long Island residences. Sciaripa has been selling N95 respirator masks, an in-demand piece of personal protective equipment, at a markup, according to court records. The U.S. has the highest number of COVID-19 cases worldwide, with more than 577,000 people testing positive. As hospitals across the country battle supply shortages, the Department of Health and Human Services has targeted the hoarding of the scarce PPE, and HSI has been scouring the internet for evidence of price gouging. According to a search warrant document, a tipster called HSI earlier this month with information that Richard Sciaripa was allegedly selling bulk PPE at inflated prices throughout the New York area. In a recorded phone call with an undercover HSI agent, the pharmacist allegedly boasted of his mask supply and the inflated price he could charge. "The masks I bought prior to the outbreak in the U.S. When it hit China, I went out to get large quantities and unfortunately I paid very high for them, but you know something, when you have something no one else has, it's not a high price," Sciaripa allegedly told the agent, according to the search warrant application. "I used to sell a box of these for like $20, now it's like $15 a mask." NYPD detectives and federal agents began surveillance and witnessed Skiripa engaged in hand-to-hand transactions consistent with his repeated bulk sale of PPE, including masks over 2 days last week, according to the search warrant application.